Sairam children, so we are back again with our new voices session. Last class we started with chapter 14, a poem, My Shadow, right? We did two stanzas in our last class and we're going to continue today with the rest. Okay, so before we start, let us recite the stanzas we learned yesterday and then move on. In this poem, we saw that a little boy, the speaker in the poem, was so amazed by his own shadow. He is very much fascinated by his shadow. He is surprised how the shadow grows tall and how it grows short. And he's so amazed that the shadow always follows him everywhere he goes. Right? In today's stanzas, we're going to see what else does he feel about his shadow. So let's begin. Chapter 14, My Shadow, written by R.L. Stevenson. Okay. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see. He is very like me from the heels up to the head, and I see him jump before me when I jump into my bed. The funniest thing about him is the way he likes to grow. Not at all like proper children, which is always very slow. For he sometimes shoots up taller like an India rubber ball, and he sometimes gets so little that there's none of him at all. Okay, so we saw in the stanza that the little boy says that the shadow goes everywhere with me. It is always with me. And he feels there is no use of that shadow. He doesn't feel that shadow is of any use to him. And he says the shadow is very like me. It is just like him from the heels up to the head. And he says that whenever I jump into my bed, I see the shadow jump before me. And he finds it very funny that the shadow does not grow like how other children grow, which is very slow. Children grow very slowly in a step by step way. He says sometimes the shadow becomes very tall and sometimes it is very small. Very little of the shadow is seen, as if there is none at all. Okay, so he finds it very funny that it is not like other children. Does not grow like other children. It sometimes really shoots up taller like an India rubber ball, and sometimes is so little that there's none of them at all. Okay, now let's move ahead. He hasn't got a notion of how children ought to play and can only make a fool of me in every sort of way. He stays so close beside me, he is a coward you can see. I had think shame to stick to nursery as that shadow sticks to me. Here, notion means idea. He hasn't got a notion of how children ought to play. Yes, so here notion means idea. He has no idea how children should play. Ought to means should. Ought to means should. Ought to here means should. And nursery means a nanny who looks after little children in a nursery. Okay. A nanny is a person who looks after a child in a nursery. So he hasn't got a notion of how children ought to play. The speaker says, the boy says that the shadow has no idea how children should play and can only make a fool of me in every sort of way. He stays so close beside me, he's a coward you can see. He says, the shadow is always with me, he is so close to me, he never leaves me He is a coward. That means he feels he's scared. He's scared to go and play with other children. He's scared to leave him and go. So the speaker feels that the shadow is a coward. I would think shame to stick to Nursey as that shadow sticks to me. And he says, I would be ashamed to stick to a nurse, a nanny all the time as the shadow sticks to me. A nursery is a nanny who looks after a child in a nursery. Okay. So let's read the stanza again. He hasn't got a notion of how children ought to play. Right? He has no idea how children should play and can only make a fool of me in every sort of way. He stays so close beside me, he's a coward you can see. I would think shame to stick to Nursey as that shadow sticks to me. Okay, let's see the next stanza. One morning, very early, before the sun was up, I rose and found the shining dew on every buttercup. But my lazy little shadow, like an errant sleepy head, had stayed at home behind me and was fast asleep in bed. So he says, one morning, very early before the sun was up, before the sunrise, I got up and I found the shining dew on every buttercup. Buttercup is a small yellow flower. Okay, so he says, one morning before the sunrise, I woke up and I found shining dew on every buttercup. It is a flower, a small yellow flower. But my lazy little shadow, like an errant sleepy head, errant means one who does not obey rules. Okay, so he says my shadow is lazy and is like errant sleepy head, one who does not obey rules. He stayed at home behind me and was fast asleep in bed. So he says he did not come with me. He was at home. He at slept in the bed and he is a lazy little shadow. Okay, so let's repeat the stanza again. One morning, very early, before the sun was up, I rose and found the shining dew on every buttercup. But my lazy little shadow, like an errant sleepy head, had stayed at home behind me and was fast asleep in bed. Okay, so he say, one morning I got up before the sunrise. I saw shining dew on every buttercup, on every flower, but my lazy little shadow was like a boy who does not obey rules and he was a sleepy head. He stayed back at home and was fast asleep in bed. Okay. Why do you think there was no shadow with him that day, children? Can you all guess? Because this boy had gone out even before the sun was up. Even before sunrise, he went out. So you need light, you need the sunshine, the sunlight for the shadow to be formed. Yes, shadow is formed only when there is light. So there was no sunlight, so no shadow. But what did the boy assume? That the shadow is a lazy little fellow. He does not obey and he is at home fast asleep in bed. Okay, so shall we read these two stanzas once again? He hasn't got a notion of how children ought to play and can only make a fool of me in every sort of way. He stays so close beside me, he's a coward you can see. I would think shame to stick to Nursey as that shadow sticks to me. Notion here is idea, ought to means should. Nursey is a nanny who looks after a child in a nursery. One morning, very early before the sun was up, I rose and found the shining dew on every buttercup. But my lazy little shadow, like an errant sleepy head, had stayed at home behind me and was fast asleep in bed. Okay, children, I hope you all have followed. Yes, we have completed with the poem. Yes, now you all have to learn this poem for recitation. All the four stanzas you have to learn for recitation. Okay. Now let us see some questions based on these two stanzas. Answer these questions with reference to the context. Okay. Again, there's the line from the poem given and questions have been asked for which you have to give the answer. One morning very early before the sun was up. One morning very early before the sun was up. Now the question. What did the speaker do very early? What did the speaker do very early? The speaker woke up very early before the sun was up. Yes, what did the speaker do very early? The speaker woke up very early before the sun was up. What did he find early in the morning? What did he find early in the morning? Yes, early in the morning, he found the shining dew on the flowers. Early in the morning, he found the shining dew on the flowers. Did his shadow accompany him? Yes, did his shadow accompany him? No, his shadow did not accompany him. No, his shadow did not accompany him. Clear, children? I hope you all have followed this. Yes? Shall we move ahead to the next question? Answer these questions. How does the child in the poem feel about sticking close to his nanny the way his shadow does to him? How does the child in the poem feel about sticking close to his nanny the way his shadow does to him? The answer is the child feels ashamed about sticking close to his nanny the way his shadow does to him. Why ashamed? Because he feels he's a grown-up boy now. He is not a small baby to stick close to his nanny, right? So the child feels ashamed about sticking close to his nanny the way his shadow does to him. The child feels ashamed about sticking close to his nanny the way his shadow does to him. Clear? Shall we move to the next question? What happened to the shadow before the sun was up? What happened to the shadow before the sun was up? The child says his shadow was fast asleep in bed because he could not see his shadow so early in the morning. What does the child say? Where was his shadow? The child says his shadow was fast asleep in bed because he could not see his shadow so early in the morning. Yes, the child says his shadow was fast asleep in bed because he could not see his shadow so early in the morning. Understood, children? Yes, shall we move ahead now? Okay. What does the speaker compare his shadow to when it does not wake up with him? What does the boy say that his shadow is when the shadow does not come with him up early in the morning? The speaker compares his shadow to an errant sleepyhead when it does not wake up with him. Yes, the boy feels the shadow is very lazy and it does not obey. The sleepyhead always sleeping. So the shadow is asleep at home on the bed. That's what the boy felt, right? So the speaker compares his shadow to an errant sleepyhead when it does not wake up with him. What does the speaker compare his shadow to when it does not wake up with him? The speaker compares his shadow to an errant sleepyhead when it does not wake up with him. Clear, children? I hope you all have followed till here. Yes? So let's move ahead now. Pick out the words from the poem which rhyme with these words. Okay? There are 4 words given here. The rhyming words for these words are there in the poem. So you can open your textbook, see the stanzas, see the poem, and tell me which are the words that rhyme with these words. Okay? The words given are ahead, glee, blow, puff. Okay? These words are not there in the poem. You have to find rhyming words for these words in the poem. So go through the stanzas, see which are the words rhyming with these words and tell me. I hope you all are having your textbook with you. So open your textbook, open the poem, yes, and look out for the rhyming words and you're going to tell me. I want 2 rhyming words for each word here. The first one is ahead. Ahead. Can you all tell me the rhyming word for ahead? Yes. The first one is head. Yes. Head. And the second one, bed. Right? Head, bed. These are the 2 rhyming words in the poem that rhyme with the word ahead. Head and bed. Next word is glee. So can you find out the rhyming word for glee? Yes. Me and see. Me and see. Okay, children, got it? The next word, blow. Blow. So let's see the rhyming words for blow. Grow, slow. Right? Grow and slow. And last one, puff. Puff. Find out the rhyming words for puff. Up and buttercup. Up and buttercup. Clear, children? Understood? Yes? Now in the next page, children, there's a word grid given. Yes, something like this is given in your book. You have to find these words from the poem in this word grid. Some words from the poem have been picked up. It's given in the box up. You have to find these words in the word grid. Okay? So you all are going to do it now. Start doing it and then I'll show you the answers here. Okay? The first one is notion. N-O-T-I-O-N, notion, which means idea. Yes, we learned that. So notion, find out notion over here. Find out notion in this word grid. Done? So shall we see where is notion? Yes, N-O-T-I-O-N, notion. Next, ought. O-U-G-H-T, ought. Should. Right? We learned that. Should. Ought. Ought means should. So find out ought in this word grid. O-U-G-H-T, ought. Shall I show it to you? Yes. Next one, cover. C-O-W-A-R-D, covered. Let's see where is covered. Yes, children, I hope you all are marking this in your book. Beside. B-E-S-I-D-E, beside. Can you find out beside in this word grid? Yes, it's on the top. Beside. Next, nursery. N-U-R-S-I-E, nursery. Yes. Next one is errant. ERRANT, errant. So where is errant? Here. Yes, got it. Next is shadow. SHADOW, shadow. Did you all find out where is shadow? Yes, it's down. Second line from down, shadow. Next is proper. PROPER, proper. PROPER, proper. Yes, it's on the last line. Yes. Now, shame. SHAME, shame. SHAME, shame. Did you all get it? Did you all find it? Yes, it's in the last column. SHAME, shame. Yes, done with all the words. Okay. So children, we have completed with our poem, chapter 14, My Shadow. Okay. Learn the poem for recitation. Yes, go through the poem once again, learn the meanings, learn the poem for recitation, and then the question answers you have to write it in your notebook. Yes. Now children, for this activity, you will need a torch or a candle. The room should be dark. Yes, and with the help of your hands, you can form different animals or birds and insects. Right? So I want you all to try this out. You will need a dark room, a torch or a candle, and then you can form different animals and birds using your hands. So children, have fun. Try this out. Take help from your parents. Don't do it alone. Yes, if it's a torch, well and fine, but a candle, you need your parents' help for this. And try this out. Okay, so we'll stop here for today. Bye. Saira.